Hello. I'm going to show you how long it'll take me to do one art piece. So let's find a spot. This will do. Let's get started. I'm gonna be quiet most of the time, so I'm so sorry about that. Maybe I'll start talking. I don't know. You got disconnected already, like 1 minute and 40 seconds in. Why? It hates me, bro. We gotta go back in. I don't want to draw. That's all. I just want to draw. Let's try again. That's my dog. That's my dog. Okay. We might not get disconnected. Okay, we're just gonna go to a pro sofa, bro. I think I'm just gonna go into a pro sofa. Not even 2 minutes in. I'm gonna get disconnected. Wow. I'm tired. Popping the pencil. Let's get started. My lag is unreal. Okay. I love Perseverance because they make such good art. For a second there, that looked like Dobby. I might have to draw some more elephants. This will be good. Let's get started. Oh my gosh, my mouth. I'm gonna draw my OC, my Dungeons World OC, as a human. It should be my OC at this point, because guess what? I draw them in every single drawing I do. Mm. Whoop. My gosh, my house! So hungry! So difficult! The struggle. There we go. I hate how this works. For some reason, this darn mouse wants to be broken today. Oh. BRB. Back. Okay, let's carry on. Color it and it'll take too long. Work, you dumb mouth. I'm gonna kill this mouse soon. I swear I will. Reddit.
When my fiance called off our wedding 2 weeks before the date, he said, "You're still too fat to fit my vision of a bride." I stood in our living room holding the final payment receipt for the venue, while my fiance, Aaron, sat on the couch scrolling through Instagram like he hadn't just destroyed our wedding plans. I lost 70 pounds in the past year because he said it would make our photos better, but apparently it wasn't enough. The vision I've always had of my wedding day. You know this. He showed me his phone screen full of wedding photos from his fitness influencer friends. Look at these brides. This is the standard. He zoomed in on a woman who looked like she hadn't eaten in months. You're still probably a size 8. These women are 2s at most. I was actually a size 6 now, down from a 16. But he didn't care about my health or how hard I worked. Aaron, we've sent the invitations. People have booked flights. He shrugged and kept scrolling. So we'll postpone. Tell them you need more time to get wedding ready. He stood up and grabbed my arm. Feel this. Still soft. Brides should have defined muscles. He was pinching my arm like I was livestock. I work out 5 days a week, Aaron. He laughed. Yeah, but you're not doing it right. You still have hips. And your face is too round. He pulled up more photos. See these cheekbones? That's what I need standing next to me. His friend Jake walked in from the kitchen, eating my meal prep. Bro, just get her a trainer who actually knows what they're doing. Jake, who lived on our couch rent-free because Aaron said he needed support during his fitness journey. My trainer is excellent. I've lost 70 pounds. Jake looked me up and down. 70 pounds from what, though? You must have been huge. He said huge like it was disgusting. Aaron nodded. He was. I almost didn't propose, but she promised she'd lose weight. He proposed to me at my heaviest and said he loved me no matter what. You said my weight didn't matter. Aaron laughed. I was investing in potential, like buying a fixer-upper house. He compared me to property, but the renovation isn't complete yet. That's when my sister Amy arrived to pick up the bridesmaid dresses. What's going on? You look upset. Aaron answered before I could. We're postponing the wedding until she loses another 30 pounds minimum. Amy's jaw dropped. She's already lost so much weight she had to buy all new clothes. Aaron walked over to Amy. See, your sister is naturally thin. Good genetics. You got the lucky genes. He said this to my sister in front of me. If only parents had 2 like you. Amy looked disgusted. My sister is beautiful at any size. Aaron pulled out his laptop. Beautiful doesn't photograph well. I need stunning. He opened a folder labeled Wedding Body Goals with hundreds of photos of extremely thin women. I've been collecting these for inspiration. She needs to look like this. He'd been collecting photos of other women for our wedding. Jake added his opinion nobody asked for. The wedding industry is brutal, man. Fat brides get mocked online. Aaron nodded enthusiastic. Exactly. I have a reputation. I'm a fitness coach. I can't have a fat wife. He owned a small gym with 12 clients total. My brand depends on having the right image. Amy grabbed my hand. Your brand? She's a human being, not a marketing tool. Aaron got defensive. Every successful man knows his wife is part of his image. Look at any CEO or athlete. He pulled up more Instagram accounts. Their wives are all thin and perfect. That's not coincidence. Jake was recording himself flexing in our mirror. Aaron's right. Big wives hold men back professionally. He never had a job in his life. People judge you by your partner's appearance. That's when my mom walked in with the cake samples we were supposed to taste. Why does everyone look so serious? Aaron grabbed the cake boxes and threw them in the trash. She's not allowed cake until she reaches goal weight. My mom pulled them back out. These cost $200, Aaron. He threw them back in. $200 wasted on sugar she doesn't need. He looked at me. This is why you're still fat. Enablers. My mom, who'd supported me through my entire weight loss journey, was being called an enabler. Aaron, she's lost 70 pounds. She runs half marathons now. Aaron scoffed. Slow half marathons. Real athletes finish in under 90 minutes. I finished my last race in 2 hours and been proud of it. You finished your first marathon in 4 hours, Aaron. He got angry. That was different. I was building mass back then. Now I'm cut. He lifted his shirt to show abs. This is what dedication looks like. Jake immediately lifted his shirt too. Bro, we should do a fitness competition together. They started posing while my mom and sister stared in disbelief. Aaron turned back to me. I'll make you a deal. Lose 30 pounds in 2 months and we can get married in the fall. That was physically dangerous and impossible. Or just stay fat and single. Your choice. Amy exploded. Amy exploded. She moved so fast I didn't see her grab Aaron's shirt until she had him by the collar and was pulling him up from the couch. Her face was red and her hands were shaking, but her voice came out steady and cold. You are a pathetic excuse for a man who doesn't deserve my sister. Aaron tried to laugh like it was a joke, but the sound came out wrong and Amy didn't let go. She twisted the fabric tighter in her fist and got closer to his face. You think you can talk about her like she's property you're fixing up? Like she's some renovation project? Mom moved to stand beside Amy and positioned herself directly in front of the door with her arms crossed. Aaron looked between them and finally seemed to realize this wasn't going the way he expected. He tried to pull away from Amy, but she held on and kept talking. She lost 70 pounds. She runs half marathons. She works out 5 days a week. And you still think she's not good enough? He stood up from where he'd been flexing in the mirror and started toward them. Mom held up one hand. Don't even think about it, Jake. You have no say in this. Aaron managed to twist free from Amy's grip and smooth down his shirt like nothing had happened. This is between me and her. You all need to calm down. But his voice had that edge it got when he was losing control of the situation. standing there expecting me to smooth things over like I always did when he pushed too far.
Sorry about it takes
I
so
spent years
long.
tricking
It's
my
like
partner, and in every other way
I'm
turning into this
just
vision of what I
done.
should be. The venue receipt was still in my hand, and I looked down at it and thought about all the money we spent, and all the people who'd made plans, and all the dreams I'd had about marrying someone who loved me. Then I looked at Aaron and realized he'd never loved me at all. He'd loved
This
the
is
idea of what
it.
he could turn me into.
15 minutes. I am not
I might
taking
be
longer on
what I
this.
wanted, but everyone heard it. Aaron thought I had a
Bye.